Welcome back to my channel. If you are coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Chidema. You can call me Mma. Please, if you are seeing this for the first time, just subscribe to my channel so that I can get latest updates, okay? So that I can get to see my video whenever I upload. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. So today we'll be talking about why do I not pass my interviews? I kept going for interviews, but I kept getting unsuccessful messages. Oh, this is so depressing, I know. So I'm going to be dropping mistakes people make during interview that, that can actually make hospital employer not to take them after that. So the first mistake people make is being late to their interview. You can't come late to your own interview. They say first impression matters a lot. When you are late to interview, what will happen when they employ you? That means you'll be late to work every time. So when you have your interview 1:30, please be there 1:20. Okay? Be there at 1:20. Wait for them. Don't let them wait for you. It's very, very important. Be on time. Second mistake people make is that they stay in an environment that is so noisy, that is not even well lit. Everywhere is dark. People cannot even see your face. Please try and avoid this. Always stay in a cool, calm environment that is so clear. Another mistake people make is that when they go for an interview, they don't talk loudly for people to hear them. You will hear the interviewer always saying, I can't hear you. Can you speak loudly? They kept repeating that to you. Once someone tells you that once, you should be able to correct yourself at once. You understand? Try to express yourself. Try to be audible so that people can hear you. Another mistake people make is that they don't use good command of English. They don't use good command of English. In as much as you are a nurse, you need to speak friendly. You need to express yourself so that you can communicate. One of the 6 C's of nursing is communication. If you can't communicate well, there is no way they can take you. You need to communicate well with your patient relative, your employer, your colleagues at work. So be able to speak friendly. That's why we take IELTS exam. You pass IELTS, fine, but when it comes to video interview, when it comes to speaking to people, you can't communicate well. It doesn't make sense. They won't take you at all. So try to improve your command of English. So another reason people don't take you, employer don't take you after an interview is that people don't go prepared. I know before you go for an interview, you should be able to research the hospital you are going for. Research the hospital, the care home, whether they have, every hospital here have a trust value. Trust values, that's what they uphold to. Try and research about the hospital you are going to. Don't just say, I have an interview, let me go and read what is nursing, what is respiration, what is pulse. Without knowing the hospital you are even going to, whether it's private hospital or NHS or even care home, when they started, when it was established, their specialties, whether they have different branches in UK. These are common things that make you stand out, because you're not the only one they are interviewing. They are interviewing so many other people. Okay, so try and find out so many things about the hospitals. One of my interview, I was asked who was the founder of the care home. Thank God I prepared myself. I wrote everything down. I was ready for them. And immediately after the interview, I was called. You see, so just try to do a research on the hospital you are going to. Another mistake people make before or even during their interview is that they don't turn off their call. You keep getting calls kept coming into your phone. This is for people that use their phone for interview. If you use computer or laptop, it's understandable you're not going to get a call. But if you're using your phone, try to turn off calls before you start your interview so that you don't get interrupted along the way. At least let the interruption be from maybe minimal Wi-Fi distraction, but let it not be from calls. Try to turn off your phone, disable calls before you start your interview. Minimize distraction, very important, and use a good Wi-Fi. So that's another mistake people make. Another mistake people make that they try, I don't know, I won't say lie, but they are not consistent. You apply for a job online, track job or anywhere, or you send your CV to people. When they call you for interview, instead of you to be consistent, you have to be consistent. Like what is in the CV is what you are giving them. When you are asked about your career, what is in the CV is what you should be telling them. But when you come to interview, I don't know whether it's fear, you start talking another thing. You worked in medical center for 4 years, but when you come to interview, you said, I've worked there for 2 years. It doesn't align. They will look at you and say, oh, this person is not even being honest from the start. Try to be consistent. Don't try to say another thing from what you applied. Remember, even if you apply through the online or track job, they are with your application. Oh, they are with it there. They are looking at what you applied online. So whenever you say things different from what you applied on, they know. So try to be consistent whatever you are saying. When it comes to your career, your education, say the same thing you applied online. Don't come and say another thing that is different from that. Okay? Try to be consistent. So another mistake people make is that people tend to stammer. I know it's quite not, it's going for an interview is not easy. Sometimes you are thrown a question that you won't be able to answer at once. But this is one thing that you should know. When you are asked a question and you don't know the answer immediately, there are so many adjectives you can use to buy time before you can answer that question. Don't just stammer. No. You can say, well, actually, okay, all right, okay. However, that is use these things to buy time. While you are saying it, you are thinking of what to answer. If you don't know what to answer for your own experience. Okay? However, okay, I will say it's a long sentence already. But what you are saying, thinking about it, you are thinking about what you answer. Don't just say you're not even no. Use something. Use an English word to buy time for yourself. Don't just go there and stammer, okay? And reduce the stammering period. So another thing I should tell you is that during an interview, look at your interviewer. Look at them. Don't look down. When you look down, do you know what they think? Maybe you are reading from somewhere. Just like when you are asking someone a question over the phone, the person will be looking at something. Looking down. They will think you are reading the answer from somewhere. Look at them. Look at them eyeball to eyeball. Don't look. Even if you are looking away for a minute, just don't let it pass 10 seconds. Just like this, maybe changing position, balancing yourself, being relaxed again. Not like looking as if you are looking at an answer or someone to give you answer, or if you are with somebody in the room. So don't just look away, look at them. So another reason I would say people don't take you after an interview is that you don't dress well for interview. Some people will say, oh, it's even video interview. What am I making up for? What am I wearing? Please, dress well. Dress well. Look good. Look good. Make your hair. Arrange your hair. Apply a light makeup. Look moderate. Dress well. Wear a good clothes. Dress well. Look, when they look at you, this is the kind of person that would like to work in our hospital. Our patient will love this person. Don't just look like someone that came out from the kitchen. You want to go for an interview, you're rushing with even sweat all over you. No. Prepare for your interview. Dress well, look well, dress your hair, apply makeup. Even if you don't wear makeup, apply little powder. Little lipstick, let's shine in the camera. Enter their eyes, that's what I say. Enter their eyes. Let them not rest until they take you. Let them not rest until they take you. Don't wait for tomorrow. They must take me today. I will enter their eyes. Okay? Just dress well and look good. That's one thing I like doing whenever I'm preparing for my interview. Even if I don't know much to say, I try to look well, dress well, smile. Very important. Smile can captivate people's heart. People can turn instantly to your favor with your smile. You understand? Just smile. Even if your face, doesn't look, just smile. So another mistake people make is that when thrown a scenario question, they don't give good example. When asked a scenario question, they expect you to answer according to your experience, not someone's experience. Like example, let me just tell you. Okay, let me just state a question now. Like maybe you'll be asked, can you tell us a situation where you contributed to a recovery of patient? Or whereby, okay, can you tell us a situation whereby you helped, you detected a deteriorating patient, and what did you do when you find out that patient was deteriorating? So you can't just come there and start telling them, I was in a car and my colleague did this. They're asking they're asking about you. What did you do as a nurse when you find out that a patient was deteriorating? So you can start off by, last week, you see? Oh, last week. The way you answer the question, it will seem real. Oh, last week I had this patient. You see my face? Last week I had this patient that just came out from operating room. She had CS, cesarean section. And we were doing post-operative care for her every 15 minutes. I was the one in charge of the care. So, 30 minutes after her procedure, I just noticed that her vital signs started changing. Her blood pressure was dropping, her pulse was going high. When I noticed that, I started doing her vital sign. I noticed that it was not coming, it was not getting better. I have to do what? Alert the medical practitioner immediately. Raise an alarm that this patient is deteriorating. I never left the patient's side. I called for help. I never left the patient's side. I kept doing the vital sign, and I noticed that SpO2 was dropping. I connected oxygen for the patient at the, tell them what you were able to do. Don't just assume. Don't just tell them what is in book. Tell them what theoretical, practical things you did for the patient. You connected oxygen for the patient. Make sure the patient had IV fluid going in. Set up IV fluid for this patient. My dear, at least they know that you know what is happening. I suspected that this patient is having maybe infection or hemorrhage. So I just examined this patient immediately to know whether the patient is bleeding from anywhere before the arrival of the medical team. You see, you were able to handle the situation. And the way you were even answering it, you're not like, what happened is that I noticed that you answer it boldly. This is what I did. This is what I know. Okay? So give them example. Give them a strong example for any scenario question thrown to you. Don't just wait for them to bring. No, don't wait for them to always bring out the question from your mouth or bring out the answer from your mouth. Whenever they ask something, make sure that you answer the question to the point that they will be like, wow, oh, I'm amazed. Yes, don't worry, I'll be dropping interview question and answers very soon. And I'll be showing you how to answer them, sweep them off the floor. Alright, girl. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because these are the things I know that most people make. These are the mistakes I know that most people make, during their interview, that can make them not to be successful. If you have anyone, if you have any other mistake that you think that you must have made during your interview, why not just drop it in the comment section so that others can learn. Others can learn and move, and not to make the same mistake in their own time. It's very, very important. Please don't just waste interviews. Interviews is hard to come by these days. Don't panic during interview. Do you know what? These people are nice. They are very nice. They smile. At the point during my interview, I was like, oh, I like your hair. And if you see the way the woman smiled, I know I've got this woman. They like appreciation. At the end of the interview, appreciate them. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate them. They like appreciation here. Very well. They see it as something, as a gift. So appreciate them and thank them. Very, very important. And if you didn't hear what they asked you in an interview, don't be shy to say, pardon, ma. Don't be shy to say pardon. You can't answer what you didn't hear. Either you answer it wrongly or you don't answer it at all. Say, pardon, please. And they will repeat the question for you. So don't just answer what you didn't hear. I wonder what you even answer when you didn't hear anything. And try to pay attention to their question, They kind of speak pretty fast. But you will hear them, you understand them, because you come here to work with them. Definitely you hear them. So guys, if you really enjoyed this video, why not click on the subscription button for me, because I'll be dropping a series of interviews, questions, why, how to ace your interview at first sitting, how to answer different interview questions, both for care home, private hospital, NHS hospital. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. So guys, thank you for your time and see you guys next time. Bye.